Hey guys, this one will be a review of Operation Lockdown by ICL. This map was submitted to the standard category of the TeamLiquid Map Contest 12. Just like a previous map, Ephemeron, Operation Lockdown also had some changes from the previous version that had been submitted, if I recall correctly, to TeamLiquid Map Contest 11 or to TeamLiquid Map Contest 10. And that is the third in this map used to be like in the high ground with 2 ramps. And in that comparatively small change and an overall reduction of the unpathable space between the rings, unquote, created a considerably more solid map with a considerably higher landmass area where armies can fight each other and can try to surround and just like overall maneuver. The map itself is like a considerable like step up from its previous version. It had some changes. It initially was submitted to the challenge 2, if I recall correctly, with like slowing areas around like basically every single bridge, but that just didn't quite work, if at all. It was just from my perspective, it was just too tacky to just add the slowing areas, and it was like an already solid like map by itself, so it didn't need the extra glam. When it comes to the map itself, with the mineral line position, just like many others standard maps of the standard category, it has like 3 exposed Bespin geysers, which is the overall standard. A non-standard mineral line in the main base, but that's not so much of a problem. There we go, it's fixed. Well, except the mineral values, but who cares? One big-ish issue is the fact that siege tanks positioning here can siege both geysers, but at that position, it is acceptable. It is not ideal. We have had other maps in the past that had like a similar problem, and especially because of the layout itself, Operation Lockdown, that can be like rather easily taken care of. And if it can't be taken care of, that is because you already lost the game. So it isn't the end of the world. The map is the map's layout itself. It is clearly based on Terraform, which is based on Amazon, which was based on another map from Brood War, obviously. Oops, there is an helicopter going up. But yeah, when it comes to the map itself, I will recommend personally to change these small little high grounds to be man-made. I'm not sure if it's like necessary, if at all, but I will just prefer it because to make it like more obviously instantly recognizable. But it is really not much of a problem. They are already like pretty recognizable, unlike in Ephemeron or other submitted maps. The bridges in the map are considerably well positioned. The central bases are like rather interesting. In the past, if I recall correctly, the central bases used to be rich minerals with high rich Bespin geysers. I'm just going by memory, I don't exactly recall. And please guys, just don't use don't use like hyper rich bases. We already know that rich bases with just the minerals alone, those are already like kind of a balance-ish problem. Just to add to tag the high rich Bespin geysers on top of them is just unnecessary, absolutely. In this case, for this map in particular, I think that ICL could get away with using like a single high rich Bespin geyser instead of the 2 standard ones, just in order to make sure that there is not that you can get away with less space. It is unnecessary to have 2 of them. You can just have 1 and it might work, or the other one in order to make it safer, because this Bespin geyser is obviously safer than this one. So something like that with a high reach one probably. Obviously, Blizzard has been like very much asking us to add these small little doodads or anything to point players in order to where to position their town halls. So it is always welcome to see that ICL did it. When it comes to the rest of the map, oops, I just hit the mic. When it comes to the rest of the map, it is like already like quite solid. My biggest concern when it comes to this layout is the fact that in order to, for example, to surround to as a Zerg player to try to defend against an aggressor army that comes from here, I need to go all the way around, and that is super tricky. It is obviously not like a map killer or anything, but it makes the situation slightly harder. How to fix it? I'm not sure it can be fixed. Maybe widening this bridge, but that's something that will need to be that ICL will need to like discuss ideally with other possible judges, maybe Avex. When it comes to the rest of the map, there's like, as I was saying in other videos, it is a standard category, so there is like not much that I can like pick off and pinpoint. If anything, one thing might be to correct all of these windbags because they are going in completely different directions. And also there is no wind in space, but I don't think that we're in space, right? We are in a nebula of sorts. But yeah, fix them. Anyhow, besides the windbags, maybe adding a small doodad in here in order to make it clear that this area can't be that siege tanks can't be there because pathing, and try to maybe cut up a little bit more in order to assure that it is not a problem. Yeah, no, besides that, it is a very, very solid map, and one that I'm personally like looking forward. It is just aesthetically pretty. Maybe Bliss will get like annoyed by the fact that there is brown in here, but the color palette works, so I'm just happy with it. Anyhow, that's it for Operation Lockdown by ICL, submitted to the TeamLiquid Map Contest 12 and Map Finalist for the standard category. Take care guys, and see you in the next one.